Kellogg and Steve Kerr. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Greg Monroe.
Well, Monroe is
this team matched up so well during the regular season last year, splitting their 4 games. This should be a terrific battle.
And last year, boy, it was fun watching these two teams get together. They split the season series.
Yeah, no beauty or style points in that game, but they did hit the big shots when they needed to.
And Young slams it home. There it is, guys. The last game against Detroit.
Yeah, guys, it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. We credit him for his aggressive play.
Shots good by Middleton. And so just over a minute and a half played. He kicks to Carter Williams. It's good from long range. Against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of their young players. And I think that changed, and it was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought they gave the hostile crowd get in foul trouble, have injuries. So you have a guy who gives you that kind of flexibility. It's a huge asset.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I caught up with the Bucks head coach. As far as key factors coming into this game, he said that defense is their focus, and he added our shot.
Kicks it to Monroe. The feed to Carter Williams. Reverses. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be... Now Jack. Left side, Jack. Drops one in from the wing.
It's tough for a defender to body him up or throw him off stride by playing physically with him because he relishes in that.
Now here's Carter Williams, defended by Jack. And Middleton kicks to Carter Williams. From outside, off the mark. And Clark, moments ago, you just talked about Jarrett Jack. He can make some tough shots, Steve. We saw it all season long with Golden State last year.
Like Blotch and Evans, who were kind of under the radar, but came in and played very well for this team a year ago. Now, of course, you got big names across the roster for the Nets.
Carter Williams with the bucket.
And that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, that's hard work and concentration.
Here is Bayless, and here's Mayo from the arc. Here's Plumlee, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
That's good.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
That's good. Vasquez with it, now guarded by Bogdanovich. Here is Bayless. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. That's good.
That's got away with a major lapse there.
Jack passes to Lopez, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Long range.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
This is out there with Vasquez. Then it's Miles Plumlee, and it's O'Brien in at the 4 slot. They get it back. Robinson, and good work on the boards, and they pick up the second change points.
Now, guys, now with the Nets and the Knicks both playing in New York, it's just added to the rivalry that was already pretty strong. In families alone, it should be interesting as this team takes further root in Brooklyn.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, gentlemen, a quick turnaround for Jason Kidd, not being able to lead the game on my own terms. It worked out well for him, and guys, just like his playing days, always thinking a few steps ahead.
You bet. Thank you, Doris. It's intercepted. Bayless, the pass to Vaughn. Good. And the Bucks lead by 14. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Karsov. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that one's good.
That's like a layup for him.
Bayless dishes to Monroe. And it's blocked by Sims. In transition, here come the Nets. Larkin, the pass to Sims. The lead now in single digits from three-point territory. Inside, rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here's Vaughn. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Here's Larkin. Robinson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
A little bit of work to be done there.
I think the most impressive aspect of their team last year, Clark, was the future.
And here are the Nets. They're on an 11-2 run. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would.
What a huge play.
Man, he got fancy with
Thing to keep our eyes on.
And Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Hands it from downtown. And Jack, here we go. Robinson covered by Parker. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist from Robinson. And Jack, here we go. Milwaukee with the rebound. Parker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Antetokounmpo. The teardrop falls in. Back to Jack. Into Brook Lopez. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. You mentioned the great hands for Greg Monroe. A nice soft touch, Steve, around the rim.
And also great at just hauling in rebounds, grabbing steals. He really has a nose for the ball.
Lopez with the bucket for the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak.
O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Here's Lopez. Another one falls for Brooklyn. What a quarter to a team that, while still talented, Steve, and a lock for the playoffs, was a little closer to the middle of the pack than they thought.
Well, with the hot start they got out to, I think it was just a matter of time before they hit a cold.
We've got Bogdanovich, Young out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Jared Jack, and it's Ellington in at the shooting guard. So that's the Nets 5. Monroe's shot is good.
Up next time in there.
And Jack kicks to Young. He's against Parker. Young dishes to Lopez. And the layup's good off the glass.
Game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Off the screen. And that's good for 2. Jack back to Young. No luck. Good work defensively by Monroe.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They completely dominated the boards here.
Screen by Monroe. And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. Soft touch off the glass. Defended by Young. Parker outside. Carter Williams kicks it to Middleton. Let's go. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Some of that history from sports in the past. In fact, they have the flagpole from the old Ebbets Field right outside the Barclays Center. Kind of a cool historical connection.
I think that represents them representing the borough, Kevin, and looking to establish a new identity. And even if you aren't a big Nets fan, for Brooklynites, it's easy to throw on a black and white sweater or jersey with Brooklyn across the.
That'll be game number 3. And Jack kicks to Lopez. Tries it from 9. Makes the lead pass. Shot's good from Young. 6 on the shot clock. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Whatever their plan was to.
Jack with it. Young outside. Back to Jack. Fires from 14. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Defended by Young. Parker inside. He's against Young. Antetokounmpo kicks to Carter Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Carter Williams. Monroe's got 8 rebounds in this game. Carter Williams off the pick from Parker. Excellent use of the screen that time. And now
In a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Lopez backs in. Young, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. Antetokounmpo passes to Vasquez. Antetokounmpo. Here's O'Bryant, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Vasquez gets a screen from Parker. Vasquez dishes to Plumlee. Vasquez with it, now guarded by Sloan. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Lets it go from 14. And he knocks down the jumper.
Free shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see their field goal percentage just keep going up.
Here's Sloan. And the dunk by Robinson.
Carving out some space and eating a little glass at the offensive end while he's doing it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 11. Double team on Parker. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. Was still 7th best in the conference in terms of road wins.
Well, the East was pretty weak. We know that. And the Bucks making the playoffs at all was the perfect example of how weak the East was. But
a minute 42 left in the third quarter. Plumlee defended by Young. Here's Antetokounmpo. Gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's
to make an adjustment, they've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
a shot. Now here's Vasquez. Here's Antetokounmpo. Releases from 15. And another basket for Milwaukee. Back to Robinson. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there, sir.
A message, and put it on the highlight reel for later.
It's tipped. Stolen by Robinson. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Ellington. Here's Young. Drops in the layup for 2. Young's got 10.
Groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
It's Parker with the drive. Vasquez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Here's Plumlee. Lays it up and banks it in. It's trailed by 8. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo out there with John Henson. Then it's Carter Williams. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Monroe in at the pivot spot and in the middle.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think
they would simply get outgunned by teams. They decided to change that by trying to be more of a transition team last year.
Young dishes to Lopez. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
He's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit, fellas.
Back to Monroe. Lets it go. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Mayo with a screen for Henson. Back to Mayo. Tries it from 19. Buries the jump shot. Jack passes to Bogdanovich. Into Brook Lopez. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Carter Williams. It's stolen by Jack. He passes to Lopez. Power down with both hands.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful to Carter Williams. Lopez with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Jack defended by Carter Williams.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
He feeds it to Carter Williams. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Nice open look, but it's no good. Monroe the pass to Antetokounmpo. Carter Williams. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Ellington kicks to Bogdanovich. And he jams it with authority.
ball like that. They've got to improve on that in the second half.
Number 6, defended by Middleton. Number 6, Robinson. Tries again, and the layup is up and in.
They are owning the layup.
There's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Feeds to Monroe. Stolen. Down low, number 6, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Shot from the inbound, and it's good on the way in.
Pick now is the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Sims, the pass to Bogdanovich. Robinson leans. Good.
I think they need to get much more
Inside presence.
right as always, partner.
Carter Williams with the bucket.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 10 points. Bucks leading by 3. Not loose. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Here's Sloan. Another one falls for Brooklyn. And the crowd roaring to life.
That was a huge shot, and they're just about dancing in the aisles now.
What an eruption in this building.
Carter Williams kicks to Monroe.
We've seen Brooklyn unable to defend against Monroe. Big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Well, a semi-productive trip to the line in the end, but we'll see how costly that miss is.
Here's Bogdanovich. It's good. This game is all even. Bogdanovich has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
Sims, the pass to Bogdanovich. Count it, and the foul. That one on Monroe. He sinks the clutch free throw.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Carter Williams. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. He dishes it to Middleton. Here's Parker. Oh, hammered! And he'll go to the line. He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
Clutch free throws there, fellas. This one's a barn burner. Tight as me in an airport laboratory.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Sloan. There's the pick. Pass to Bogdanovich. Can't knock in the three.
Now that's no run-of-the-mill putback there.
What, the rebound and then the dunk, one on top of the other.
The 1-2 punch, you gotta love it.
Play here in the fourth. He kicks it to Monroe. Shoots from 14. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's